So hello guys. So hello everyone. Welcome back to my stream. और आज हम करने वाले हैं वॉच पार्टी EWC के. सो हालांकि मैच कब का चालू हो चुका है बट हम लेट हो गए हैं और डे 4
wins in their group stage and they didn't, whereas Vitality were really able to capitalize on that with 2 wins, and that makes me a little bit more hopeful for them going into those finals, right? Because we do see very similar plays from them, but when it comes down to that smash rule, when it comes down to that pressure being put on them, it seems like Vitality still can win.
Max, and if we break it down a little bit more, it was the way that Vitality was just playing yesterday. A completely different playing style than everybody currently in this Group B lobby. The way that they were doing their splits, the way that they were just taking control of an area was so impressive.
I think mainly they learned from PMGO Season 1 and PMMI earlier this year. They're like, we were just too passive, not being involved in any of these fights in the discussion in some of these games. But man, they switched it up to 11. Axel came out swinging. They're chickened in on the wrangle up against Tora. Oh my goodness, Axel, the IGL, was looking like a fragger. He was a frag GL in that game. So I'm just super stoked about this team. And I just want to see this continue throughout the entirety of the event, because compared to 4 Thrives, they can actually get wins. So if they do get in the smash zone, hey, who knows, Vitality might take home that trophy.
But with that kind of lead, we usually end up seeing teams do something a little bit different. I got a chance to talk to Federalis yesterday. I also got a chance to talk to Axel, and they were saying that they might end up putting one of the substitute players just to get some experience in case you never know what's going to happen in finals. And I'm completely fine with that because it's going to allow the sponge point to not be so heavy towards the top.
That's true, and you know, there's no better time to do it than now, right? Because NSR and Nongshim Renforce are in second place with 60 points. There's a 48 gap lead there, and so you're looking at, yeah, this is probably the best case scenario to put a sub in. Even if it doesn't go all that well, it gives them practice without the pressure coming on through as well. So really happy to see maybe a substitute coming on in there. But for me, I'm thinking that honestly, Vitality, they are going to just want to chill out and let maybe some of the other teams like Nongshim Red Force step up a little bit.
Look, I like saying Vitality. It's a very satisfying word to say, but I love saying Hyunbin in particular, because right now, I mean,
say it again.
Hyunbin. Sorry, I'm very excited. I have to scream that word every time I say it. But like, no, the entirety of Nongshim Red Force were looking so good, and in particular, we know their drop location is farm. They go for these quick rotates on the island finishes, and they get back-to-back wins on the military island finish. If it goes down south every time, it's just win, and win for the South Korean team. So I'm absolutely loving it. And in particular, it's not just XEY and also Hyunbin doing well. We saw so many great plays from So Easy in particular, Nitro. We were talking about So Easy really having some massive step-up plays. So they're just looking like the whole package right now. It's just hard to stand out when Vitality had such a good opening day, but Nongshim Red Force were playing out of their minds on day 1 of Group B.
Yeah, I do want to say that I was disappointed with Nongshim in the first 2 games. We saw 0 or 2 points come out of them in 2 games.
It's hard to stand on the first game on Mondo, right?
13 and 16th place.
Yeah, exactly. However, I do think that they're doing just enough. They got back-to-back wins. They got a second place to finish off the day. They're doing just enough to get to those finals to make sure that they qualify, and then we'll probably see a much different team in those finals this weekend.
Hopefully we'll end up seeing a different team, and hopefully that consistency that we saw towards the second half of the day for Nongshim Red Force will be there as well. One team that ended up surprising us a lot in the way that they were able to change again was an Indian team. For Group A, we saw it with OG. For Group B, we saw it with Godlike. I know Kalari's got a chance to talk with one of the players from Godlike, so let's send it over to them.
Hi, Kalaris here at PMWC for EWC 26. We're in day number 2 of Group B here, live from Paris, and I've got Admino here from Godlike to talk about some of the results from yesterday, as well as how things have been going overall. So thank you for joining me here, Admino. To start things off, looking at the results from yesterday, a bit of a rougher start, but then you guys gained some traction towards the end of the day. Can you talk to me about the day as a whole and what you thought about it?
Actually, in the beginning, we tried to do some experiments, like we tried to take drop clashes and a little bit more kind of stuff that we already planned. But that didn't work in our favor, so we tried to stick on our basics and try to go to a random drop and gather loot and everything and play a decent game. And that worked in our favor, and we performed well after the first 3 matches.
So Also, it's basically your first international tournament, right? As Godlike and being able to play here on the stage in Paris. How have you been enjoying the experience so far? And hey, what's Paris been like?
It's kind of good, but we haven't gone out yet because we have a tournament that we have to practice that. We didn't get the device earlier, so we need to set our hands in the device. And after that, if we qualify from here, we will try to explore Paris a little bit because we will be having some off days for sure. And my team is fully pumped because it doesn't matter for us like who is playing against us and like that. We all have in our mind that we are best and we will perform good.
A big fight back for Godlike today?
For sure.
Thank you very much, Amino, for joining me here.
Important stuff there. Thank you, Kalaris and Amino from Godlike. But important stuff from that team considering they are currently in 5th place. An insane performance for a first day at an international event. And something that we heard right there is they're not looking to do those hot drops anymore, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, I mean, that was great. There was 2 issues for the Indian teams, Orangutan being too passive and Godlike going for the hot drops. They changed it. They don't go for it anymore. This is a great change for all of India.
All right, well, Godlike, let's see how you're going to be doing. Once again, just to redeem myself, before we send it over to the stage, here we go. Ah, so close, but let's send it over to Barney and Luti.
Two second, guys. Yeah, okay. Stop.